They slid the papers across the table, as if presenting a gift. Divorce, eviction, termination. Even the birthday cake sat untouched on the counter. Its candles melted down to nubs. My husband didn't bother to hide the smirk tugging at his mouth. My son shifted uneasily. My daughter leaned in, eyes bright, her voice slicing the quiet. Pathetic. Everyone's done with you. Then they laugh. My family, my blood. I didn't cry. I smiled, picked up the pen, and signed. My hand didn't shake. I rose, slipped on my coat, and walked out without a word. They thought they'd finish me, that I'd been buried. They didn't realize I was the one holding the shovel. There was a time I believed love was forever. I met him at 19, older, confident, promising safety in a world I didn't yet understand. I followed him, trusted him, built beside him. Every hour I worked, every idea I gave, every sacrifice I made poured into him, into us, into the family we were supposed to be. The house, the business, the company, none of it existed before me. But years erased gratitude. His smile turned cold. My children, once clinging to me, began echoing his disdain. The man I lifted became my judge, and the family I carried became jury. I saw the first cracks in whispers, a bank account I couldn't reach, a business meeting I wasn't invited to, my daughter avoiding my gaze while repeating his words. Then I found the message. Not to a lover. That would have been too small a betrayal. Worse, he had written to my children, painting me as weak, convincing them I was the obstacle, the weight dragging them down. They didn't question him. They believed. The night before my birthday, I overheard them, my son asking if it was too cruel, my daughter replying, "She's nothing. She'll sign, and she'll leave." I sat there, clutching my teacup until it cracked. Not from weakness, but from the clarity of knowing. They wanted me gone. So I gave them exactly what they wanted. Revenge isn't fire. It's ice. I didn't rage. I didn't scream. I planned. The business wasn't just his. It was mine, too. My name still lived on the documents he'd forgotten. I had the patents, the licenses, the hidden agreements buried in files. I created. He never paid attention. He mistook compliance for blindness. He was wrong. That night, in a motel room, laptop open, finger steady, I worked. By dawn, half of what he thought untouchable belonged to me. Not just legally, but strategically. I didn't want ownership. I wanted leverage. Step one, I called the partners. I didn't beg. I reminded them who had brought them in, drafted the terms, held the keys to the trade secrets. Loyalty wavers, but fear of collapse is stronger. By evening, 4 of them were quietly on my side. Step 2, I visited the bank. My husband loved appearances more than details. Accounts he thought sealed had loopholes. Loans he'd forgotten still carried my signature. I shifted what I could, froze what I couldn't. Step 3, the house. He believed the deed was clear. He forgot the land beneath it had been bought in my name long before he understood contracts. Ownership of soil outranks bricks. He lived on my ground. I didn't warn him. I didn't confront him. I just let the trap tighten one thread at a time. 1 week after the birthday humiliation, my phone lit up 42 missed calls. His empire was cracking. Suppliers backed out. Accounts froze. Investors panicked. My daughter's secured shares had become worthless overnight. The house, my land, was now tied up in dispute. Their castle was sinking, and I alone had the lifeboat. Then he came. My husband, my betrayer, the man who once held my hand like it was a vow. He stood outside my motel door, rain dripping from his hair, his face hollow with panic. "Please," he whispered when I opened. "We need you. The kids need you. Just fix it." The same mouth that ordered my exile now begged for mercy. I didn't step aside. I didn't let him in. I leaned against the doorframe and said, "You taught them to laugh at me. Now teach them to survive without me." I shut the door before he could answer. They thought they'd erase me. Instead, they erased themselves. My children learned what it meant to mock the foundation. They stood on. My husband learned a house built on betrayal crumbles faster than stone. And I learned that silence cuts sharper than screams, that the sweetest revenge isn't destruction, but absence, letting them drown in the chaos they made without lifting a hand. I signed the papers on my birthday. A week later, they understood the truth. I wasn't the one evicted. They were,